This is Shannon, and I'm doing a mid-depth superficial peel on her. It's called the A Baby Boomer Peel. This is actually one of my most popular peels. It's great for all skin types, many ages, goes for a variety of skin tones, and it's just an overall really great brisk little peel that helps to refine the pores, soften the fine lines, give the skin a lot of resiliency, a healthy glow. And what I'm doing to Shannon's skin right now is cleansing her with the pumpkin cleanser, and then we're going to give her a real good rinse. This is a very easy little peel to do, very fast, very effective. The skin peels quickly, and so many skins can handle this preparation. Pumpkin enzyme cleanser is a really good digesting, softening cleanser. Makes a very appropriate home care cleanser for a lot of skins, but great in the treatment room when you're getting the skin ready for this type of peel. Just want to make sure everything is removed real well. There's not a lot of prepping to this. The formula or the procedure is very simple, and we really rely on the cleanser to do a lot of the initial cleansing prep step. Okay, now Shannon happens to be sensitive to alpha hydroxys. That's why in general this is a very good peel for her, but we do eliminate one step. And if you have a client that is more sensitive to alpha hydroxys, it would be fine to substitute this prepping step for something else, because what I have in the book and what I find to be so successful for most skins is the 20% lactic acid. But for her that wouldn't work as well, and she really doesn't need to have an initial prep after the cleanse. She's going to take, because of her skin type and sensitivity, she's going to take the actual TCA salicylic mixture very well. And so I'm just going to make sure that her skin is completely rinsed and free of the cleanser. I think one more actual rinse will do it for us. This is the 20% lactic. It's a pH of 2.5, and I use it a lot. I have it in a lot of procedures. I find it to be a very good cleansing step, you know, for further deeper cleansing, and also then just to defat the skin a little bit more if you need to do that. Sometimes you have to adjust some of your protocols just according to type when you're doing it. You'd hate to miss out on the valuable benefits of what salicylic and now peel would do for the skin, and so I just adjust that particular step. I call this the A Baby Boomer Peel just because it's so great for those skins from 30 to mid-50s. I happen to be on the edge of the baby boomers here at 55, but it starts at about 30 to 55 is that range of baby boomers. And it's an easy little peel to do where the skin just changes so quickly in such a short period of time. And the results can be so dramatic, and that's why it's become so popular. Her skin's nice and dry, looks real good. You can see Shannon's taken really good care of her skin. It looks real pretty, has a nice healthy glow. And this is just a maintenance perk-up treatment for her that'll keep her skin that much nicer. I need to put on my gloves. TCA and salicylic. TCA is trichloroacetic acid. I love to work with this acid. I have it in several blends. It's non-toxic, self-neutralizing, can be used on all areas of the body, the face, the neck. And I've blended with this TCA salicylic acid, also called beta acid. And I find them both to be very user-friendly acids. And that's also what makes this protocol so nice, is the synergy that these two acids create together. Take a closer look here. This is for your protection as well as for your clients. You don't ever want to drip any of this acid accidentally into the eye area. So now I'm going to finish applying at the forehead and come around. Make sure you have the ears covered. It's good to kind of stretch the tissue a little bit around the crow's feet area and let that seep into those fine lines. This is a safe acid formula to go right on the neck with. And we're going to feather it out evenly to have a nice even application. Coming back to the earlobe. And just breathe. She's already frosting up quite a bit on the forehead. And this can get very intense. Turn your head just a little bit this way. Really good to hit this upper lip area. Stop those fine lines from forming. Now this protocol calls for 3 layers of TCA salicylic to get a mid-depth peel. Sometimes the skin will take a hold of the acid very quickly and frost up without having to go the full 3 layers. So you have to watch for that, and when you see that occurring, that's why we don't put layer after layer on the skin and not wait between them. I would let this totally absorb, waiting 5 minutes before I would apply the second layer. And as I hope you can see, if the camera is able to zoom in here and see how much she's frosted up on the neck, on her cheeks, chin area especially, the side of her face, her nose. And so we may not have to do, I might do a partial second layer in some of those areas where she didn't lift as much, and we may not apply any more. Okay, Shannon has got 1 layer of TCA salicylic on her face, and she has really frosted nicely, pretty much on her entire face. I would say 75% of the face is lifted. Nothing happening on the neck, and because of that, I'm really not going to obviously do 3 layers. You want to be able to determine and judge by what the skin's telling you when to pull back, when to stop, when you can go a little further. Had I put this on 1 full layer and not got the lifting right away, I would have gone ahead and applied the second and possibly 3rd layer. But for her right now, we're going to go ahead and stop. I will put just a little bit more in the neck area. That's always the most difficult to get some lifting. because we are going to top this with the Beta A peel, and that's also going to give us a greater lifting as well. Even this cheek, it's not as apparent, but it's already trying to separate and lift. And so I think on the face, we're just going to leave this alone completely and go right into our next step, the Beta A peel. Now this remains on the skin. I don't take it off. There are times when it's appropriate to rinse the skin when you're going for a deeper peel, but in this particular peel, we're leaving it on. It self-neutralizes, and I don't have to worry about it continuing to work. That's one nice thing about TCA and salicylic, is you don't have to time them and not worry about them going too far in the skin. Okay, and this is absorbed into the neck area really well.
I think I have a little tear coming out of the side.
I'm just going to take your pads off at this point. If someone does have some tears coming down the face, you want to blot them because it will cause a little streaking and you won't get as nice lifting in that area. Might actually leave a little demarcation. Even though this is very similar to some of our other mid-depth peels, I said earlier I like to top a lot of these different preparations with either the vitamin A peel or the beta A peel. This is quite different from the Melanin Lift. It's very different from the Firming and Toning peel, Skin Awakening peel, and yet all of those are finished with either the vitamin A peel or the beta A peel. The beta A peel is the one we chose for Shannon because she is very AHA sensitive, and when she uses the vitamin A peel, it causes her to have some little irritations and breakouts that aren't normal for her or typical. The beta A peel has got salicylic, retinol, and it also has azelaic acid. It's a good healing mixture, and also a good rejuvenating and lifting peel. It leaves the skin very yellow. Just smooth this around. And you have an option here of which one to use. With this peel, either one. In fact, most of the time for mini skins, I use the vitamin A peel. But either or, whichever one of the retinol peels they do the best with. And sometimes you won't know that till you just do the peel on them. And you'll soon learn their favorites and what's most appropriate for that skin. And that's why everything is always documented, written down. Let's turn your head a little bit this way. This one's just a little more difficult to smooth in. There we go. And give me the omega-6. To smooth this in a little more and to get it a little more blended and even, I'm going to apply some omega-6, which will also help with help to lessen some of the discomfort of this mixture. This is soothing, healing, also very absorbable, so it carries in whatever you have on the skin. Shannon would definitely come back. You want your client back in a week for a follow-up visit. Post-care is going to be very important. Breathe real deeply now. You want to let them sit with the fan. Breathe till this subsides. And that can vary from person to person as far as how long it continues to have a burning sensation. And if someone is very, very sensitive to the peel, it's a good idea to just kind of start massaging on the shoulders and on the neck, and just having them breathe. She's getting very pink. And usually after about 5 minutes, this mixture starts to subside. But it can seem like a very long 5 minutes. And so in a minute, I'll have Shannon sit up, give her a drink of water, let her continue to hold the fan until she doesn't feel any heat anymore. And then she'll be finished. This was the Baby Boomer peel, a mid-depth superficial peel. We have Shannon on the table now. She had the Baby Boomer peel yesterday, so it's 24 hours later. And I wanted to comment on her skin the next day, how it looks. She reacted very strongly to this peel, and that's because of her sensitivity and the fact that she takes really good care of her skin. And we did this more as a maintenance, preventative aging type of treatment for her. Shannon's 35, and so this is a great time for her to begin. Well, she has been doing it for some time, but to keep adding these peels periodically with her home care to keep the lines very refined and the skin real healthy and glowing. But I want you to notice how her skin looks today. She's already turning a little bit darker in color, slightly pinkened and darker. She's tight, and her skin will start to lift tomorrow. And I'd like you to tell us, Shannon, how you felt after your peel and then throughout the night and then this morning, what happened.
After the peel, I was a little hot for, maybe about 30 minutes or so. And then it started getting, feeling tight most of the night. I could just tell it was on there, but it wasn't bad. But it didn't bother me, the peel. And then this morning, I just took a warm shower and used the gentle milk and kind of just patted it off. And then put a drop of essence of Post Balm, and I just feel tight.
Okay.
And that's really it.
So I wanted you to be able to see her skin 24 hours later, what she's experiencing, and it's mainly the tightness, and that just indicates that her skin is going to start to lift and peel in sort of a brisk fashion, probably by tomorrow. And so this is how she looks, and she's doing absolutely great, nice and even all over. And she's got her post-care on, and she's going to have a great peel.
My third one, and it was pretty close to the last one, but my sister and I come together, and we're here 5 minutes, and we look at each other, and we go, this is we come to the class. Because in the first 5 minutes, you take away something that you to your client over and over next weeks. Fast in your head. We really made because